Good morning, especially to the brave men and women currently swimming in the Seine for the triathlon. That water is not a color that I would put my body into. Welcome to the Sports Moment from the Washington Post, your ticket to the Summer Olympics. It's Wednesday, July 31st. I'm Ava Wallace, a sports reporter here in Paris covering the Summer Games, and today it's just me giving you a rundown from a very busy day yesterday and talking about a few important things coming up that I've got my eye on. The United States had a couple of big medals yesterday. The U.S. women's gymnastics team won gold, and it was a really big moment in particular for Simone Biles because this was her first time competing at the Olympics since she withdrew from the 2020 Tokyo Games after having a little bit of a mental blip where she seized up on the vault and talked about getting something called the twisties, where she felt really disoriented in air. Everything went smoothly yesterday at gymnastics, even though there was a lot of uncertainty about how she would perform because she had her left calf wrapped, so was competing with a little bit of an injury, but the Americans won pretty soundly, and we're talking about which TikToks they wanted to record afterwards. The NBC cameras picked that up. It was a star-studded event. Nicole Kidman was there, Seth Rogen was there, Anna Wintour, I saw Serena Williams, Shaun White, just a bunch of people coming out to see what the U.S. women could do, and they absolutely delivered. And I was watching on my TV because I spent all day at Stade de France watching rugby, which was so fun. I kind of fell in love with rugby a little bit yesterday. And Stade de France, which is where the track is going to be taking place later in the Olympics, is a huge, just absolutely massive stadium here in Paris that is mostly used for rugby year-round. It was gorgeous, and I got to watch the U.S. women's team make history by winning bronze, beating Australia, and that was the first medal for the Americans ever in rugby sevens. I went there to see Ilona Maher, who is a 27-year-old from Vermont who is a social media star. She's an absolute content queen at this Paris Games. These games are going viral in a really interesting way. It feels like there's kind of a new moment of the Olympics every night. We're finally kind of at a generation of Olympians who grew up with social media, so they're native users. And TikTok seems to have blown up in a crazy way at these games. So I actually talked to Rollo Goldstaub yesterday, the head of global sports partnerships at TikTok, and he told me that Paris 2024 has all the right ingredients to be the biggest content moment in TikTok's history. That seemed crazy to me, except for when you think about how athletes like Mara are racking up 5 million views on videos with people like Jason Kelsey is someone Mara featured on her TikTok.
I am officially a fan. Women's rugby Olympics.
We got Jason Kelsey!
She did a video that played on a wildly popular reality TV show, Love Island.
I cannot wait to get into the Olympic Villa. It's gonna be a crazy summer. Honestly, I'll probably be the fittest bird in there.
Wait. It's called the Olympic Village. This isn't Love Island.
Yeah, I guess if we want to say that, but I still am going to try to couple up early on. It is early days, but at the end of the day, I am there to find love.
No, you're not. No, you're not love. You're there to play rugby.
Well,
you're just seeing a lot of really relatable, candid athletes show everyone what it's like to be behind the scenes at the Olympics and kind of get a peek into everything that we don't see on TV.
Hi everyone, we are back again in the Olympic Village testing out the cardboard beds. Woo! Thank you.
So it was fantastic talking to Mara and kind of digging into a little bit of those viral athletes, and I wrote about that in my newsletter yesterday, which is also called The Sports Moment, and you can find a link to that in our show notes. Before we go, here are a couple of events I've got my eye on today. And just a note, as usual, all of these times are in Eastern Time. So the U.S. women's soccer team plays Australia at 1 p.m. They're still in group play. And then there are going to be a bunch of swimming medals handed out in a session that starts at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, including the women's 100 freestyle final, the women's 1500 freestyle final, that's Katie Ledecky's race if you're interested in seeing her, and the men's 100-meter freestyle final. U.S. men's basketball also plays South Sudan at 3 p.m. That's group play, but that's a game that I'm keeping my eye on just because, as we talked about in the basketball episode, South Sudan gave the U.S. a little bit of trouble the last time they played, so I'll be interested to see how that works out. That's it for today on The Sports Moment. Today's episode was produced and mixed by Ted Muldoon. It was edited by Joe Tone. I'm Ava Wallace. Until next time from Paris.